Good evening, researcher. Welcome back to another installment of the SCP Foundation's Hypnopedia research program. As always, if you're listening to this, that means you've been selected as a participant in this sleep teaching program here at the Foundation. If this is your first time with us, we welcome you, and if you're a returning researcher, welcome back. To all of you, sweet dreams. And now, let us begin with the object in question. Item number SCP-518. Object class neutralized. Special containment procedures. SCP-518 is currently contained within a refrigerated unit inside Site-19's morgue. While standard cover-up procedure was observed during SCP-518's inciting incident, Foundation web crawlers are to monitor for combinations of relevant keywords used in conjunction with one another. These keywords include Westmoreland Elementary, Field Day, 80s, Police, Monster, Creature, Muppet, and other tangentially related lexeme. Description: SCP-518 is the carcass of an entity similar in appearance to a full-bodied Muppet character. SCP-518 is 2.1 meters in height, with dark green fur, yellow horns, and an orange, pear-shaped nose. Stylistically, SCP-518 possesses the visual language and aesthetics of a Muppet creation. It does not correspond to any existing character from the franchise or other Muppet-adjacent media. Chemical analysis has revealed that SCP-518's body is composed of miscellaneous materials, including reticulated polyfoam, antron fleece, and wool. Autopsy has found clusters of these materials inside the body, giving the entity mass in regions where other suit puppets would be hollow to accommodate human performers. Following Incident 518, SCP-518 ceased to exhibit any sign of function, making this a neutralized SCP. SCP-518 does not decompose, yet standard cooling temperature, 2.5 degrees Celsius, is still maintained within its container. Thorough analysis of SCP-518's internals has raised questions about the nature of its biology, as there is little to differentiate SCP-518 from an inanimate object. While the Foundation did not observe SCP-518 in an active state, accounts from Incident 518 corroborate that the entity was mobile and demonstrated apparent consciousness prior to its death. SCP-518 has sustained significant damage ante mortem. This includes puncture wounds on the left hand, as deep as 7.7 centimeters in diameter, 22 entry and exit wounds within the torso and upper body areas, blunt force trauma resulting in polyfoam fractures in the back, leg, and head areas, laceration on the right shoulder, incised wound travels to the upper right torso, evidence of attempted ligature strangulation around the neck, possibly ineffective due to the lack of discernible respiratory systems. SCP-518's body was discovered on September 25th, 1986, in Newton, Iowa, within Westmoreland Elementary School. The library, following a 2-hour siege on the school carried out by local law enforcement. We will now proceed to testimonials. SCP-518-1. The following are abbreviated testimonials from civilian interviews conducted by the Foundation during its assessment of Incident 518, dated September 25th, 1986. Subject: Charles Pokey, age 4, preschooler at Westmoreland Elementary. After being placated and relaxed, Pokey is asked to give an account of the events related to Incident 518. Pokey. We were with Miss Teller, and we were watching a movie. It was Muppets. They were dancing to a song. One of the Muppets came in front of the other ones and was dancing too. He was dancing in front of them. The other ones were dancing, and then they stopped. The green one didn't stop. They looked angry at him, and then the green one stopped dancing. The green one just looked at them, and then he looked at us, and then his hand came out of the TV. He came out of the TV. At this point, Pokey becomes visibly angry. So we ran around, and he ran around too. Everyone yelled like... Pokey imitates the yell. And it was scary. He was a bad monster. Subject: Sophia Teller, age 28, preschool teacher at Westmoreland Elementary. Teller: It was supposed to be a field day. Some classes were out, but we were waiting to be called. So I rolled in the TV and put something on for them. One of those maintenance guys had some stuff he had recorded on tape, so I picked one of those. Muppets. They like the Muppets. I like the Muppets. So I'm doing my planner, and all of a sudden, I hear them screaming. And I look up, and there's a fucking guy in a Muppet costume in my classroom. I couldn't even... I don't know how they got there. It makes no sense. I jump, and I grabbed the hole punch, and I threw it at him. Probably made things worse, but I had no clue what was happening. I just started screaming at the kids to run. We ran out of the class. Subject: Isabella Nunez, age 9, 3rd grader at Westmoreland Elementary. Nunez: I was waiting to use the bathroom, and they all came running out of the class. And this guy in a green guy in a costume is chasing them. I didn't even know what to think. I thought it was a game that they were playing. Well, I don't think it was chasing them because they ran one way and then the guy ran away from them and then down the hall where I was. It was making like cartoon voice sound, like Nunez growls in imitation of the sound. Teachers started looking out of their classrooms, and then they started yelling, and there was so much happening. I felt like I needed to do something, but I was so scared. Subject: Marcus Lawson, age 45, gym teacher at Westmoreland Elementary. Slawson: I tackled the fucker. I knew something was wrong, instantly. Kids running, teachers shouting for help, and I was in the halls, so I tackled the fucking thing. I tried pulling the mask off the suit, but he managed to knock me off, and he ran down the hall. I have no fucking clue what this guy was doing, or how he even got in the school, but I wanted to make sure that he wasn't making it out. So this guy runs into the library, and I grab one of those big encyclopedias near the entrance, and I chuck it at his head. It goes down instantly. Kids are screaming, teachers in there are screaming, so I yell, "Hey, help me." I needed help restraining this guy. Subject: Christine Lokuski, age 58, 8th grader teacher at Westmoreland Elementary. Lokuski: we all started kicking the shit out of this guy, for lack of a better word. Mark was on top of him, just punching him. I was in the library too, so I joined in. I knew instantly that this guy was doing something he shouldn't have been. I needed to protect my kids. That was first priority. So I grabbed a chair and just pummeled him with it. Julia and Leonard came over. They joined in. We're all just beating and beating on this guy. I didn't know if he was like a pedo or what, but he shouldn't have been in the school. I had a pencil in my pocket and I just stabbed him with it. Only thing I could think of. It just went right through the hand like subject. Julia House, age 37, 5th grade teacher at Westmoreland Elementary. House. I jumped right into action. I pulled a bookcase down on him, crushed him. He's still wiggling around and trying to get out, but he was crushed under there. Pokes his head out and I grab the shawl that I have on. House gestures. This one. And I wrap it around the neck of the costume. And I'm just trying to strangle the guy. Get him to pass out or something. The kids, I think it was the first grade in there. They were in tears, freaked the hell out. But I had to stop him somehow. This was a very, very large man. And I don't know what he was capable of. He did not pass out. He got back up and then Leonard got him in the shoulder with a pair of scissors. Subject, Harry Von Horton, age 27, Newton, Iowa, law enforcement officer. Horton. We thought it was a joke at first. Guy in a costume running around a school. We weren't even gonna go, but the chief said no. You better send somebody out there, so we did. Thank God. We went inside and they had this guy cornered in the library. He locked himself in a personal little bathroom in there and they couldn't get in. So we called for backup and we moved all the kids out. It wasn't that bad since most of the kids were outside for their field day anyway, but we made sure to get all the kids and the teachers out. Took like an hour while the rest of us were posted outside the bathroom. He wasn't coming out. No luck, he just keeps growling or whatever. There's clearly something wrong with him, and I'm thinking it's some fucking homeless guy, clearly, or someone who just isn't there at all. So we kicked the door down, and as soon as I saw him, I don't know, something in my brain was just telling me this guy was bad news. All of us fucking unloading this freak. Like 30, 40 shots. Subject, Sarah Bowens, age 5, kindergarten student at Westmoreland Elementary. Bowens. I saw them beating the monster up. Interviewer. How did that make you feel? Bowens. Good. Interviewer. Why? Bowens. He was bad. Interviewer. Why? Bowens. He looked bad. He wasn't supposed to be here. Investigation of the tape students were shown found an ordinary broadcast capture of an episode of The Muppet Show. There are no on-screen resemblances to SCP-518. As frequent collaborators with the SCP Foundation, GOI 402, the Jim Henson Company, was contacted for inquiry regarding SCP-518. A liaison between the two organizations vehemently denied prior knowledge of SCP-518 and expressed disdain for several aesthetic elements on the entity itself, citing poor craftsmanship and a lack of personality. A study attempting to find compulsory effects related to SCP-518, specifically its ontological or moral perception when viewed, has yielded no discernible results. Several Foundation medical examiners, pathologists, have nonetheless displayed unusually callous handling of SCP-518's body during post-mortem analysis. And with that, that will conclude today's article. Sweet dreams.